This is the incredible Vale of Belvoir, purchased by the Tasmanian Land Conservancy in 2008, thanks to the generous support of so many people. The highland grasslands of the Vale of Belvoir are one of the most extensive and intact remaining grasslands in Tasmania. Located 10 kilometres northwest of the iconic Cradle Mountain, it's home to 13 threatened plants and animals, making it one of the most ecologically significant sites in Tasmania. To ensure that we provide protection to these species, we need to make sure that we can manage these areas. And that's why we're here today with our reserves team carrying out our ecological burning program to make sure that the habitats in these areas thrive.
Fire can be a destructive force, but under the right conditions, at the right time and in the right way, it can actually be really beneficial for grasslands. So learning about the grasslands is one of the really important things about managing the Vale of Belvoir. For instance, we didn't actually know that there was a threatened species here, the tussock skink, when we first bought the property. They were only discovered about 4 or 5 years ago, and they're unusual because they were never known in highland grasslands before. There's also a species called Tanara brown butterfly, which live their entire life cycle on the Poa tussocks. That means that when we burn, they actually get burnt as well. But if we don't burn, then the grasslands become too dense and the Poa tussocks get outcompeted by the sedges and then shrubs, and so then the Tanara brown butterflies die out. So maintaining the grasslands open is really critical for both the Tanara brown butterflies and the tussock skinks. We managed to get the burn to spread over pretty much the entire area that we'd planned, and it met all of the objectives that we were aiming for. It reduced the size of the tussocks and they made them less connected, which opened it up and allowed space for daisies and other herbs to grow up in between. In amongst the grasslands, which are dependent on fire and grazing, we've also got vegetation communities that just can't tolerate burning at all. Things like wetlands and sphagnum. So we time the burning to make sure that those areas are wet, which means they just won't burn. Condition of the grasslands was one of the key features that brought TLC to purchase the Vale of Belvoir. The grasslands have been managed for 120 years by the same family, the Charleston family.
When we purchased the property, it was known as one of the best grasslands, highland grasslands in Tasmania. We've been able to work with the previous landowners to understand their management and I guess attain the same results. The ecological burning program that we undertake here at the Vale is fundamental to the long-term protection of the species that call this place home.